His father was brought up in a monastery, and although he wasn't formally educated, he took a strong interest in subjects like modern physics and Albert Einstein's theory of relativity. This rubbed off on his son. It wasn't until after he graduated from university that he got his first taste of the cosmos up close, after his father bought him a Japanese Vixen telescope from an antique shop in Yangon. I could see the surface of the Moon, Jupiter, satellites and Saturn's rings through that old telescope, Ko-Myo recalls. He also began studying books about the cosmos with an eye to expanding his father's rudimentary knowledge of space. In the early 2000s in Myanmar, there were few amateur astronomers. Most bookstores didn't sell books on astronomy, and there was no internet. Enthusiasts like Ko-Myo used to share among each other the journal articles or books they'd acquired. In late 2000s, we began to gain access to good books, he said. Hundreds of books, including Carl Sagan's 1980 hit Cosmos, The Invisible Universe by David Malan, and other titles such as Contemporary Astronomy and Inner Space Outer Space, line the shelves at his modest home in Wondwin. Books about astronomy are quite fun and light, unlike books about physics and modern physics. My father has a reading habit and enjoys translated books because he can't read in English. His biggest interest is in astronomy, so I translate articles from English to Burmese and read them to him, he said. Size matters when it comes to telescopes. Size matters. The bigger the telescope, the better the view. Ko-Myo tried to build a telescope of his own, with no success. Eventually his friends pulled the money together and bought him a larger telescope from overseas, shortly after he began experimenting taking photos of the cosmos, first taking photos with a web camera before moving on to professional cameras. A decade later, his ability to capture celestial objects and events through the lens of a camera has made Ko-Myo a respected figure in Myanmar astronomy. His eagerness to share his knowledge attracts amateur astronomers from all over the country. Last month, he held a stargazing party at his hometown of Wondwin, Mandalay region, which was attended by 7 amateur astronomers, mostly from Yangon. All the photographs he takes, he gives out free of charge. I do not crop or Photoshop my pictures because I don't want to beguile the professionals who are studying space. Fake pictures won't help their studies, he said. By day, Ko-Myo runs a pawn shop and goldsmith with his wife and 3 daughters. His nights, he still spends gazing at the stars.